Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are doing a reading about something that is starting now for you. And to do this reading, this is the deck that we will be using. So excited about using this deck today. It's like an astrological deck with constellations, and I can't wait to see what you're going to be getting and how it's translating into your reading. So I think you've got the three popping out. So pile 1, pile 2, and pile number 3. Let's see what we get today. So for pile number 1, you have the 7 of Cups. For pile number 2, you have the Queen of Swords. And for pile number 3, you have the 3 of Cups. If you prefer to pick your cards, your piles with crystals, let me add these right now. But if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, then you'll find that I left a timestamp in the description box, which you can click on and start the zodiac preparation right away. There we go. So for pile number 1, you have the Lapis Lazuli crystal. And this is what it looks like. For pile number 2, you have the yellow Aventurine crystal, and this is what it looks like. And for pile number 3, you have the Red Jasper crystal, and this is what it looks like. So take a look at which one of these 3 cards or 3 crystals you're the most drawn to, and this or these will be the pile or piles for you here today. This or these will be the pile or the piles for you here today, as I mentioned. Feel free to check out more than one pile. You know, sometimes when you feel drawn to more than one pile, you get more about your message from another pile. Only you will be able to see that and put that together. It is your message. Sometimes you'll also be getting different messages that you're meant to get right now. So listen to your intuition, whether it's drawing you to just one, several, or all. There's no such thing as too little or too much. It is your intuition at the end of the day that guides you to the right readings and the messages that you're meant to hear. And once you're ready, please head down to the description box, click on your timestamps, and I will see you in your readings. In a moment, I'm about to assign different zodiac signs to each pile. If this is something that you do not prefer, then please pause the video, take as much time as you need, and once you're ready, I'll see you, of course, in your reading. But if you prefer to pick with your zodiac signs, then my dear soul family, this section of the video was created specially for you. And what I like to do is I shuffle around the 12 zodiac signs very well. And then whoa, first one popped out. And then once we're ready, I'll draw 4 zodiac signs for each pile. All right, so let's begin with pile number 1. The signs are Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, and Sagittarius. For pile number 2, the signs are Taurus, Libra, Leo, and Cancer. And for pile number 3, The signs are Aries, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Aquarius. So, my dear soul family, these are the zodiac signs and their association to each pile. Please feel free to pick using your sun, rising, and moon. I highly recommend you check out the three. Sometimes you'll find them all in one pile or distributed amongst two or even three. And it's really all up to you. If you want to go by one sign, in that case, I highly recommend picking by your rising, because it deals with your outside world. You'll find that it is the sign that will resonate with you the most. But how can you not pick with your sun sign, right? So it's really all up to you. And once you're ready, please head down to the description box, click on your timestamps, and my dear soul family, I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number one. Welcome to your reading. Your crystal is the beautiful Lapis Lazuli, and your card is the Seven of Cups. Can't wait to dig deep into your reading and find out what is starting now for you. If you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case only, of course, your signs are Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, and Sagittarius. And if these, looks like we got these three, and if these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it, and do note that these signs are present in your reading, because their energy will be matching the energy of the reading itself. So welcome everyone. Let's now pick out your oracle cards. I want to take out a couple of tea leaves for you. Ooh, so cool. I see two green cards here already, so I'm gonna pick these up. You've got one sticking out, so I'm going to take that. And it looks like you've got a timing card. So although this is starting right now, there is a timing. We'll check it out together. Let's put this to the side. So excited. Let's check out what your oracle cards are first. So you have strawberry with perseverance. Perseverance. Okay, and look at the ship and the sea. How interesting. Okay, maybe some of you are traveling. And maybe you're going to get a trip or something. We'll find out. You have faraway places, guys. Like, for some of you are definitely traveling, because the Argo Navis, this is the constellation Argo Navis, built by Argo. And it's a constellation in the southern sky of a ship skimming along the Milky Way. So as you can see, this is why I'm getting the idea that some of you could be traveling or moving or something. Look at that. Get ready for new horizons. Like, what are the odds? Maybe some of you are traveling overseas as well, or far away places. Some place far away from where you are. All right. You have the emotional aspect of Scorpio. Can you see your card? Yes. With trust or caution. Two hearts meet. You may feel trusting and ready for a heartfelt connection, or you may be feeling guarded, afraid to put yourself out there. Go slowly and have faith in yourself. Trust that you are the best judge of when it's safe to open your heart. Okay. It's like getting clearer and clearer by the minute. How about we push your cards a little bit down so that this way we have space for your tea leaves, which are coming up. You've got a lot of them there. You have the sun in Scorpio. That's another Scorpio here with endurance. You have Mars in Capricorn with authority. And you have the moon in Virgo with order. So let's take a look at your tea leaves. You have dog far away. Another time you get far away. Like, what are the odds, guys, right? A distant friend is thinking of you. Can't help but feel like the energy of this new place is already pulling you in. Okay? And you have dragon, beware of self-delusion. Okay. You have needle and thread. A sincere wish will be granted. Wow. Do you have like several things starting for you, perhaps? Let's find out. You have March. So March is very important for this reading somehow. I also feel like March is associated with this card. It reminds me of spring when everything is starting to sprout. You have bird flying, guys. Do you see that? There's definitely some move here, some traveling, flying. So you have news is on the way, and you have love. That's the second part of your reading here. It could be the same, we'll find out. You have older woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. And you have another dog. Now that's significant. You've got dog far away and dog close up. Your reading is so cool. I'm really wondering what this is. We'll find out as we take a look at your tarot cards. You've got, actually, let's just keep them there. And you've got dog close up, pleasure with a close friend. And you have happiness. Love your cards. All right. Now it's time to take a look at your tarot cards. You did end up with a lot of oracle cards. Yeah, I think these took up a lot of space, but they're meant to come out, so we'll just leave it this way. Right. So, what is starting now for you, my dear pile number 1? What is starting now for you? So, you have the Knight of Swords. You have the Six of Wands. Wow. Look at them traversing and traveling in the sky. I mean, this is a constellation. In the Milky Way, that's the sky, right? You have the Six of Candles. Again, travel in the sky. Some of you must be traveling somewhere. You have, or it doesn't have to be literal. I mean, for a lot of you, it's literally traveling, flying, but I know it's a general reading. It might not be exactly that for all of you. We'll explore that, I promise, in a moment. But the synchronicities are there. It looks like there is a clear message for sure. You have the Eight of Swords. You have the Hermit with Father Christmas. And you have the Five of Swords. I can't wait to dig into this reading and find out. One more card. You've got the Sun card. We didn't get a lot of tarot cards here, but tarot is not about the number of cards. It's about the message we get. One card could say more than 10. So let's see what you have. And since this moved, it looks like we want to start with the far away places because that's one of your big synchronicities there. So, do you see how the Knight of Swords is traversing something? Whether you are actually traveling somewhere else or you will finally be traversing through a difficult situation where you are easily almost flying out of it. In all cases, I see you winning out of something. Maybe you're traveling for a new opportunity. Maybe you will find a new opportunity as you travel, or simply, like I said, these days you are being taken easily out of a situation, almost flying over it. I see that you won't have to be dealing with this difficult situation any longer. Whether you're traveling literally out of it or metaphorically out of it, I do see that this is a move that's going to happen for you, that is going to assist you out of a difficult situation with endurance. And I also say that because Argo was guided by Athena, who gave him a lot of skillful suggestions on how to make this awesome ship that I believe was used on this voyage to get fleece, the golden fleece. So to me, this is saying, don't worry, you're supported by God, the universe, whatever you believe in. Of course, whoever you've been praying to, you are being saved these days from a difficult situation that looked one day like it was a faraway dream. You even have the needle and the thread where your wish is going to be granted. And whether by literal flying or not, or by situation happening in your life, you're going to be taken out of this difficult situation very easily. And you're going to find that your life is going to come into order very easily, very simply. You're going to find yourself being in control of the situation. And what you've once envisioned about how you would like the situation to be solved and how you would see yourself out of it, I do see an element, especially with love here and happiness. I think there is more to your situation here than meets the eye at the first glance in your reading. Not only are you these days going to be taken out of a difficult situation, but I believe it's going to help empower you and see yourself in a stronger light, one way or the other, whether with your physical belongings or your physical power, or whether with your emotional power and healing your shadow, integrating your light and shadow. Or guys, maybe even both. But one thing's for sure is that you as a person are absolutely growing out of this situation. I believe that this is helping you find where you were thinking in the wrong way, like with beware of self-delusion, like where you went wrong. You're really going to put your finger these days on so many of the things you didn't understand before. And mark my words with this reading, you are going to understand so much about yourself and where you used to think perhaps not in the best way for yourself or for the situation. And this is definitely what's going to create a lot of growth for you. These days, there's a lot of happiness happening in your life. I see you vibrating the energy of love, feeling gratitude towards the universe. You're really feeling like the universe is absolutely taking care of you. You're going to feel it being impersonated, just like Athena. Like, because of all of the magic shifting you from this situation to another, or from one country to the other, you're physically going to feel like the universe is impersonating itself into like a person taking care of you, patting you on the back, showing you the way, and even showing you how you went wrong. You're really going to feel absolutely loved and blessed to be in this experience that you're going to be starting right now. Now, there's even more to your story, because it seems like in March, there's going to be in the spring. Whether if you're watching this in the northern hemisphere, then it's obviously March. If you're watching this in the southern hemisphere, then do note that something by the next, maybe you guys have just moved from the spring to the summer. So in that case, it means now for you. If you're in the northern hemisphere, do note that there's more coming up for you even in March. and you will be a huge wish in that time is absolutely coming true for you. If you're watching this later, third timeline, for the people watching, then do note it's 3 months from now, the March. And by the way, March even means walking, to march. So in all cases, the potent energy of your reading is that you were stuck somewhere, you were stuck in a situation maybe that you hated, and I finally see you fly over it, or glide over it, as you can see with all the gliding on the snow, easily being transported out of it. And although for most of you, I feel like the love here is that you're really finding yourself and finding yourself in the situation that you wanted, finding yourself in terms of integrating an important light and integrating an important shadow, healing and growing, especially with the older woman. We cannot deny that for some of you, you might be now meeting the love of your life, which is going to create a lot of happiness and feelings of bliss for you. So yeah, an end of a journey that was long, where you persevered, and now what used to be far away is going to be so near to you, where you can actually touch it and feel it. And you can even see that here, in terms of the difficulty, I mean, with the 5 of Swords, it reminds me of like some bullying. That's the energy of the 5 of Swords. Maybe life was bullying you a little bit, or that's how you felt, of course. Maybe some people were actually bullying you. You felt like important things that were yours were taken away from you. It was not fair. And I see you flying over this whole situation, putting it in the past and feeling like you're getting something way bigger, putting all of this behind. And you see all the presents here. There are so many gifts on the way. Not only are you flying over this situation, leaving it to the past, leaving them to their own karma, or leaving the situation all on itself, and being rewarded with a prosperous future, a positive future. Do you see all the sun you have here? You're moving to the positive side of your life. And it's happening rather quickly for you because it's the Knight of Swords. Knights of Swords, again, could be traveling, could be fast movement. Either fast movement, physical, like you're moving fast on an airplane, or you are moving quickly out of a difficult situation. You can end it and say goodbye to it. And you're being now ready. You're being ready to enter, prepared is what I'm looking for. You're being prepared to enter this new phase, glorious phase of your life. This is a moment that you will always remember, in my opinion, because the Argo Navis was created, according to mythology, as I read from the card, was created by Athena to commemorate the successful naval expedition. So it's a moment that you will commemorate forever. You will be proud of how you moved out of this situation. So that is starting now for you, my dear pile number 2. And it's crazy. I saw for a moment there with this 8 of Swords, money. Is this actually money? Oh no, this is the cover of the candy. So I saw money, I saw dollars. So perhaps this means that some of you are actually going to be getting a lot of money that you're not expecting or seeing it because the eyes are covered. So you'll find yourself all of a sudden abundant with a lot of money here and there. Maybe you'll find that you had money that you weren't noticing. Highly doubted, but you never know. Maybe you'll find money that you've been putting on the side. Maybe somebody's been putting money on the side for you, who's going to give it to you. Or maybe this is money that's coming in for you that you're not seeing. And when I said I highly doubt that, this is not this is my personal opinion. I was just kidding with you guys because I was thinking who would have money and forget about it, right? But I'm just reading cards. You never know how this is going to manifest in your life. If you've been feeling alone, that's the second time I'm seeing the personification of the universe. You have Father Christmas here, who is the personification of the spirit of Christmas. So guys, that's the second, like, what are the coincidences here? This is the second time I get the sense of a spiritual personification. I don't know, maybe some of you, like, it could be literal for some of you. I don't know who I'm speaking with sometimes when I do these readings for you. Maybe some of you are like gonna be channeling something. But what I feel here is that things are gonna work out and get into order in such an organized way in your life that if you were to plan it out, it wouldn't have come out perfect like that, to an extent where you're gonna swear that you're working with the universe here. Like, the universe is a person working with you. It's gonna feel surreal, and it's gonna feel so real as you watch how events are gonna roll out in your life these days, and how it's gliding you very easily out. It's like you're gonna find yourself meeting the right people, and then maybe you'll need some official paper for that that's gonna come out for you so easily, and you're gonna wonder how that came out easily for you. And then you're gonna be going to another place, and then you'll discover that this place has all of the things you've been looking for. And it's almost like a needle and thread. Things are just coming so perfectly together in such a systematic way that you're gonna swear there must be, like, the personification of spirit is like standing right next to you, some kind of energy like that. It's gonna feel surreal, my guys. Surreal and so real at the same time. So yeah, with happiness and the Sun card, you can see that you're starting a happy time, happy, exciting time of your life. And see, centering this part of the reading here is a very important card, talking about how you're integrating a shadow. So on top of everything I've just said, don't forget that you are healing through this journey. You're rediscovering yourself. You're understanding more about your shadow. And you're really growing here, especially stronger. And there is more coming up for you in the spring. Yeah, there's definitely more coming up for you in the spring. Perhaps the real traveling will be happening in the spring, or there's more traveling. Your pile is full of traveling. So maybe there's another piece of your travel or another trip in March, or maybe things are launching in March. But yeah, for a lot of you guys, it does seem like you are traveling overseas or something. They're flying or something. Overall, this is a very positive time from your life, where you're moving from feeling stuck, tied down. Something was tying you down, and I do see you have been truly enduring this tough time like so well. You've built strength here, and I'm saying that because all of the other cards are wearing like warm clothes in the winter, but here with the Eight of Swords, I see this figure not properly covered. So it wasn't easy. You were scared. Maybe you were at a lot of risk, and you were standing there strong, mentally specifically. Usually I would tell you, Eight of Swords, you were stuck because your thoughts were making you stuck. And although that could have been true because there's the shadow, but despite all of that, I do see that you've withstood this harsh time, standing there very strong, not thinking about how harsh it was, because when you think about how harsh a weather is, during the harsh weather, you can't help but lose control, right? You can see this figure totally pulling themselves together. So this definitely tells me, especially with the canes, that although it was hard and although you were integrating shadow and all of that, you were mentally strong, going through it giving yourself with this canes here, like telling yourself, hey, I'm gonna get through this, it's gonna taste so good once I'm out of it. Yeah, you were like doing the right thing with your mind during that tough time, although it was difficult. So you could have been dealing with some other shadow, but at the same time you were going through it with a lot of fortitude, and you should truly be proud of yourself, my dear pile number 1. Great job there, and expect things to change in a crazy way for you right now. This is your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. Sending you so much love. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my productivity e-cookbook. It has 210 recipes that are healthy, delicious, and are cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. I was very passionate about bringing out this e-cookbook for you, and this is why I partnered with a nutritionist that I really love and believe in to be able to bring it out for you. And now it's available in the store. You'll find a link to it down in the description box. And by the way, if you're vegan, there is a vegan version. If not, you can make use of both ebooks. There are no duplicate recipes. And this way you'll have a plethora of healthy and delicious meals to choose from, maybe even for the rest of your life. This was a project that I was so excited and passionate about bringing out to you. So happy that it's there. If you want to check it out, you'll find it down in the description box. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sending you so much love, my dear pile number 1. This was such a cool reading. Can't wait to hear about your new adventure. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at what is starting now for you. And to do this reading, I feel this card. These are the oracle decks that we will be using. We'll pull out your tarot deck in a moment. Apologies. There we go. So let's pull out the second oracle card. Wow, the reading has so much energy. Do you see it? The camera is moving, the cards are ready to pop out. So can't wait to see what's in this reading for you. And I find it interesting that one of the zodiac signs, if in case of course you picked your pile using your zodiac signs, is Libra. And the main card of the reading is the constellation of Libra. So cool. This one moved. I'm going to take it out. Do you see how things are moving in your pile? There's definitely the energy of great movement happening in your life at the moment. And that's part of what's starting right now. So if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this reading, in that case only, are Libra, Leo, Taurus, and Cancer. Welcome to your reading, guys. If these are not your zodiac signs, please do not worry about it, and do note that they are part of your reading, because their energies will be matching the energy of the reading itself. And do note it's a general reading. Not every specific detail might necessarily resonate exactly with you. It's a general reading after all. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards. You have the terracotta with surrender. Terracotta with surrender. And you have vast vistas with expand your horizons. Okay. You obviously have Mercury in Cancer with intuition. Okay. Remember when I just told you guys the signs, they will match with the reading? We have Cancer here already, and of course Libra, as we first saw. So yeah, keep an open mind with that. You also have the material aspect of Aquarius with revolution. It says the surface of the earth rolls. A surprising change. Wow. A surprising change can shift the ground beneath your feet. Respond with openness to new ideas and groundbreaking innovations. As old ways fall away and inner stability is required to change the outer world. And I definitely see movement happening in your life at the moment. I see your old world ending and a new one beginning, especially with the scales and what I read about this constellation. Something very interesting pertaining to what we just read here about things changing up. Something is dying and something else is being conceived. I did read about this constellation. It's so interesting. In Menelaus, who was a poet and astrologer, we see that in ancient Greek, Libra was originally the claws of the scorpion, which were conceived as the pans of the balance. So you can see that energy of surrender. I think some of you, this type of energy, especially with this card, came up like last week. So if you've picked the same pile now, this is an absolute confirmation, guys, that something in your life is now ending completely, and it's birthing something that's going to help you bring something into complete balance. You're going to find balance in that area of your life. You're no longer going to be suffering from it. And there is huge change happening in that area, in this area where you're suffering at the moment. So look out for that. Huge shift is happening. And with that box, things coming out of the box is like a surprise. Also, it reminds me of Schrodinger's cat. And so this reminds me of the way you perceive and see things is going to change. And as a result, it's going to change your world completely inside out. So how you're going to see things is going to revolutionize in your mind. It's going to change. There is a revolution in your way of thinking, and it's bringing a lot of prosperity and abundance in your life, depending on how that falls in that area that we are looking into today. And you have the month of February. Really cool. You have the whale, great worry over nothing. Wonderful. Okay. Remember when I told you guys, and if you haven't heard that pile before, don't worry, I'm going to explain that part right now. If you've been part of this pile before, and it's really interesting because this energy keeps popping up for the last 2 weeks. Something is definitely happening for some of you. Remember when I told you there is great change and you're going to see things changing up, and please don't worry when that happens, because it's going to do something great in your life. And you can see that energy popping up again in this reading. Great worry over nothing. This means that as you watch your world change these days, or these transformations happen, do yourself a favor and don't worry about everything that's happening, because it's coming to your favor. Something great is birthing and is bringing a lot of prosperity and abundance into your life. Okay, so you have bear, danger, especially in money matters. How about we push this down just a little bit so that we can see the rest of your cards. There we go. You have casket, someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. Do you see? Okay. Right. And you have career. Moon, changes in your life. I did think about the moon. Oh, I was like, when I read about the scorpion, I was like, oh, this pile might be getting the moon card because of the scorpion, and you got the moon card. You didn't get it in tarot, but this definitely confirms what I had in mind, which I'm going to tell you about in a moment. Bowl, plenty of material things. I think this definitely confirms that there are changes that you're not seeing. You may perceive it as a threat at the very beginning. Your reading is telling you, you know, keep yourself calm. Don't worry about these quick changes and endings and beginnings happening in your life, because they are coming to your favor. So why go through it? Worry, right? Great worry over nothing. That's very clear in your reading, and I can confirm it as a reading passionately because I saw it 2 other times on this channel these last 2 weeks. So someone or some people keep getting this energy. Even if it's your first time getting this energy, I'm confirming to you, having read this energy multiple times, that this is definitely happening and it's going to come to your favor. So don't go through it with any type of worry. You know, as human beings, we worry about change and we perceive change as a threat. In that case, watch the changes tranquilly and know that something great is happening as a result because of these changes. And since this is the third time that this is appearing in your reading, I will pull out some cards, try to get a peek on what these changes are for you guys. Okay, so you have the Hanged Man, and I heard hang in there in my mind as I was looking at the Hanged Man. And you have, like, fasten your seatbelts. It's gonna be a cool ride. You have the Five of Wands. So cool. How it's depicted here. They're all in there together. Do you see? Like, the power, some powerful thing is rising. And you have the High Priestess. Really cool. Okay. And I heard gift from your ancestors. So really cool. I wonder how that's going to be. For some of you, it's definitely a gift from your ancestors. I wonder how, but it is what I feel. You have the Temperance card. The Sun. And you have the Seven of Swords. Actually, we do have space for one more row. Row your boat gently down the stream. I heard that as well. You've got Invocation. Really cool. The Three of Swords. Look at the death figure and the casket. And you can see the stop sign on the death figure. Something is ending that used to torture you. No longer going to be there. I feel this one. Wow. And you've got the Ten of Pentacles ending your reading. Talk about a lot of plenty of material things and a period of prosperity and abundance. So, Invocation. I'm going to pull out the guidebook for this Invocation card and see the point of view of the guidebook on Invocation. It's really standing out to me here. So it says, take a moment to clarify your intentions. This is a call to connect to your guides, with your guides. Reach out to the guardian of the first threshold. They will test your resolve and worthiness to cross over. Do you see? Intimidating at first, the guardian nonetheless holds your best interests and inner growth at heart. Magic is all around us and we only need to tap into it. So open yourself to receive guidance and wisdom. Really, I feel here, like I said, that this is the synchronicity that's appearing all over your reading about something that's going to happen in your life and you will be tested. So for this reason, remind yourself that your guides here today or your ancestors were telling you stand there strong. Look at the eye staring at us, right? It's like stand in there strong. Don't worry about it. Hang in there, because this is definitely shifting your life in like a magical way. Do you see how we see the patterns on the Sun card? Yeah, some magic is happening. It's shifting your life around, and I see it's melting away the old life and birthing a new one. That's not the Seven of Swords. It's just what I'm seeing in the Seven of Swords. Yes, it might be tricky, but the more focused you are, you're gonna go through this successfully. You know, the Five of Wands, it is a card of like struggle. Sometimes it's competition, sometimes a struggle, but we do see that everyone's standing there solid together, and we see the guides, your guides are standing there solid, telling you you're not even gonna feel it if you decide to mentally disconnect with the Libra. This is the Queen of Swords. To decide to mentally disconnect and not fear it. Yes, you might feel that there is danger. Don't get yourself into it. Remember, with the Schrodinger's cat, we saw it's a matter of perspective, how you see and perceive things. If you saw it as scary, you will be going through this rough ride feeling scared. If you change your mindset that I'm going to be okay, I got this message to hang in there, that's why maybe this is why this message keeps popping up in the readings lately. It's to remind you to stay stable, because there's great worry really over nothing. So these changes are not meant to come and like cause any type of harm. They are in fact here coming to cause a lot of prosperity and abundance. It's here to stop some great suffering that you're currently going through in your life, and bring a lot of abundance to you. So stay stable with the Hanged Man. Stay stable, because you're going through this tunnel that's bringing you out into the light, to the other side, at this phase of your life. It's starting now. And since it's starting now, I think if I help you with getting more information about what this shift is going to be like, you will be able to notice it in a much clearer way and thus not be afraid. So, may I kindly get information for pile number 2, please? Maybe it's like, maybe by February and April also with the 4, maybe by February you will start to see how things are moving quickly. So, yeah, let's see. Like, there's a sigh of relief. Whew! By February. So these have moved. I'll take these. And we're asking, what is the change going to feel like? Ace of Pentacles. Something new will start in your life. Look at the Virgo. No, I think it was the first pile that got Virgo. So you have the Ace of Pentacles. You have the 5 of Pentacles. You have the Princess of Discs. The 8 of Swords, right? The Death card. And you have the 6 of Pentacles. Things coming into balance. The balance with the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, so for some of you, this might be like you perceiving, not that this is going to happen, but you may be perceiving that things might end up to be financially challenging, but that's not going to happen. This is why your guides keep saying it's only perceiving. It's not going to happen in real life. Maybe you're going to think, oh my God, this will mean that I won't have financial stability, or that I won't have money coming in, or that I won't be financially stable, or something. So with the Princess of Discs, we can clearly see here that you're going to be absolutely okay. You're going to be abundant. You're going to be fine. And you might have a new way even of getting more money and wealth into your life, if this is wealth. If this is not money in specific with the Pentacles, it could be something that you rely on. So you think that something that you are relying on to get you going is going to end, or is not going to be there for you. But again, remember, that's not going to happen at all. Perceive things to be okay, because they will be okay. Don't see it as bad. These changes, they're not going to take away from you what you need in your life. And with the Princess of Discs again, you will get what you want and more. Knowing that the Princess of Discs is the earthy part of Earth, this is all like material things. This is not ideas. This is you ending up with exactly what you want, holding what you need. So don't worry about that. This confirms that you will be getting what you want, that things will be stable. Despite the changes that you're watching, you are going to be absolutely stable, abundant, and prosperous, and there aren't enough cards to show it here in your reading. So yeah, it's kind of like the energy of feeling that what you need or your money is going to, not that it will actually happen, is going to like run out or something. Here your reading is telling you it's not. And also these changes are here, like I said, to free you from a stuck situation. And you are stuck because you keep seeing things from a specific perspective, which with the 8 of Swords. Your mind is maybe so attached to one way of doing something or one way of seeing something. And these changes are just here to show you another safe way of doing it. It's like exactly a child that is screaming because the mother took away its candy. It's just taking it away because it fell on the floor and it doesn't want the child to eat that. Well, a child shouldn't be eating candy. That food, sorry, not the candy. That food, and so it throws it away to keep that child safe and gives the child fresh fruit or fresh vegetables to eat. And so the child is happy once again. So this is not taking away from you. This is just shifting your perspective to something better. Or maybe the child crying over their toy is not there and the mother is kindly turning the child around. The child feels at this point that the mother is controlling them, only to find that the mother was kindly and gently shifting the child for it to see that its toy is right there and to end its suffering. So I feel that kind of shift in your life. It's going to feel like your world is shifting. It's going to feel scary to you, thinking, oh my God, it's shifting. I don't want it to shift. Only to realize that it was gently putting you on a better track that is going to bring things into balance in your life and free you from a situation where you were stuck. And you were stuck by choice only because you couldn't see anything better, not because you want to be stuck, but you couldn't see something better. And for this reason, the universe is kind of gently shifting you without harming you in any way towards showing you another way that you can do what you want or get what you need without being stuck. Things are going to very, very quickly come into balance with the Six of Pentacles, which means balance. You can see the balance in the Six of Pentacles. You're going to be treated generously with the Six of Pentacles. You can see it here with the main card that you picked your pile from. You can see that things are coming into balance for sure for you. And you're being born into something new, like fresh new start, better. Maybe hearing the idea would have scared you, but seeing how this new birth has everything that you need and more, you're going to go, oh, so that was cool. I wouldn't have chosen this in a million years because I was blinded by only seeing things one way. This shift is going to happen rather quickly for you. That's why I kept channeling, hang in there, fasten your seatbelts. It's taking you to the positive. And it's only going to be challenging if you perceive it to be challenging. And that's why you have your ancestors going, hold on, there you go. You're getting something awesome. Don't go through it being challenged. Also, the Seven of Swords sometimes means retreat, vacation. So you can either go through it feeling challenged and feeling afraid of the unknown and the hidden, or you can go through it like a vacation, you know, like you're going on a journey and you're just letting the journey take you as it might, as it needs, as it desires, because you know it's a trip at the end of the day. It's going to be really cool. So, my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see as happening starting for you right now. You're being gently, and I can't stress this enough, gently being shifted to something awesome that you can't see. So as you're being shifted, remind yourself, I'm like the child whose sweet mother is kindly shifting him or her towards exactly what he wants or she wants. And that's exactly what I see in your reading, my dear pile number 2. I will not leave you off before I tell you that your reading says surrender. Don't fight it. Don't be afraid. Worry over nothing, remember? And it's how you're going to perceive it that's going to determine how the shift happens. Is it going to shift? Is it going to happen calmly? Or is it going to happen while you are afraid and then realize that you were worried over nothing? This is exactly what I see in your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 2, it was such an honor for me to do this reading for you. I've seen it several times. I wish you the best of luck with this. And please don't forget to check out my productivity e-cookbook. It has 210 recipes that are healthy, delicious, and are cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. To do this project, I did partner with a nutritionist that I really love and believe in to be able to bring it out for you. And if you're vegan, there is a vegan version. If not, you can make use of both ebooks. There are no duplicate recipes. And this way you'll have a plethora of healthy and delicious meals to choose from, maybe even for the rest of your life. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find the link to it down in the description box. And my dear pile number 2, thank you so much for tuning in. This is going to be awesome for you. This is going to be an awesome change for you. So fasten your seatbelts, enjoy the ride, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the beautiful Red Jasper, as well as the 3. Whoa, okay. As well as the 3. Wow. 3 of Cups card with the Lapis constellation. Constellation. It's interesting. This is the same card that popped up in pile number 1, although this is a really big deck. So if you were drawn to pile number 1, in that case, I highly recommend it. Okay, and if you chose your pile using your zodiac signs, whoa, look at your cards popping. Then in that case, and only that case, the signs for this pile are Scorpio, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Aries. Welcome to your reading, guys. And as I always give this disclaimer, if these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it, and do note that they are present in your reading because their energies will be matching the energy of the reading itself. And remember, it's a general reading. Not everything in specific may always resonate with you. Okay, so these are your cards. You also have the material aspect of Scorpio with endings. Okay. Oh, you forgot to pick out the rest of your cards. This one's moving. Let's take it. And let's pull out your tea leaves as well. All right, we're going to take that one. Right, so a month is popping out for sure. I'm really curious. Sorry, guys. March. Okay. That popped up in pile number 1 as well. I highly recommend you check pile number 1 in that case. I also see another green and another purple, so I'm just gonna take them. And another purple. Right. And this one's popping out. I'm gonna take it as well. Always nice to have tea leaves. Let's keep it to the side and see what you have. You also have in the flow. It's so interesting. I usually aren't that curious about checking cards out. I mean, even before we had all of your oracle cards out, I already have your cards open on the table. The March has been checked. There's something about curiosity when it comes to this pile, because I found myself naturally just so curious about what the cards are. So yeah, well, I'll take this curious energy into consideration as I read your pile, because it's definitely something I never have done. So that curiosity is definitely part of your reading. So you've got Strawberry with Perseverance, and you have endings here, the material aspect of Scorpio as mentioned. And you have, look, remember when I told you guys about things matching your pile, energies matching your pile? That's what I mean. You'll find that they match the energy of the reading. So a tadpole on the brink of transformation. Oh, yes. Interesting. Something must end for something new to begin. Think of something you have lost in your life. Did you process it fully? What needs to be felt before you can move on? Really cool. Okay. I mean, with something ending and something beginning. Also, the Christmas sleigh is in your reading, which was surprisingly, was in pile number 1 from another deck, a totally different deck. Guys, I recommend it with every bit of my heart. This is not a coincidence. If you're drawn to pile number 1, I highly recommend you check it out. All right, so you have In the Flow. That's as much as I'm going to say. I mean, you guys want to check pile number 1. Okay, so In the Flow, it says everything is smooth sailing. Love this energy for you. Okay. Oh my God. I know I shouldn't say pile number 1 again because it's going to be really annoying at this part. But I got to show you the type of surprises I'm seeing, right? I can't just experience this alone, right? In pile number 1, they had this energy of, they had a ship, of course, with their card, and we had the ocean. So I told them you're maybe moving overseas, or at least, at the very least, if you're not moving physically, you're fleeing away from a situation. Okay, listen to pile number 1 and you see me say exactly that. Now watch this pile. You have the Lapis constellation, right? And in Greek myth, it represents this, as I read recently, of, what is it called? It's in reference to the hunt, right? So it's associated with the rabbit and the swiftness of how it was able to flee Orion's hounds. So I see here fleeing from something. And as you flee, you leave the old behind and it's ending, and you sail into the magical of the new. So if you want to explore more about this new, you want to check pile number 1. And that's the last time I'm going to say it, but I just had to share the significance of the synchronicity here. Okay, so you have Mars in Taurus with defense. Can you see your cards? No. There we go. With defense. I'm going to keep it here. Right? And let's check out your tea leaves. So, you have cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life. Yeah. It's definitely talking about something that you were so dissatisfaction about, and you're going to be so excited watching how you're leaving that dissatisfaction finally behind and moving forward into something magical. You have the Well, family wishes come true. So cool. Okay. You have December. Talk about something starting right now. Remember when I originally told you to check pile number 1 because of March? At this point, guys, like, I don't want to tell you to do something you don't want to do. So if you don't want to ignore what I'm saying, I'm just so excited about the synchronicities that I'm seeing. And I can't help but show you what I'm seeing. So yeah, March, you have Turkey. Someone is behaving stupidly. You have sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. Do you see that? Endings and fresh start. Like, wow. Okay. You have vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. I do see you like suffering through something now. You can see that's ending. Maybe you're suffering because you could be like literally fighting some people to get your rights, because I see someone is behaving stupidly. Or maybe, yeah, or maybe you're just overcoming a difficult situation. It doesn't have to do with people. But you can see that what's ending here and moving into the vortex of the past is that anxiousness and depression that's been perhaps eating up at you. And I see you traversing to new horizons. And I see that this is happening rather quickly for you, because I remember reading about the Lapis, that Hermes placed the Lapis in the sky to represent swiftness. So you were caught up in some form of like hunt. You felt like you were being hunted down either by life, or something was breaking your heart with cracked cup. Something was breaking your heart. And for a lot of you, it could be some people doing something against you and you had to defend yourself against them. It doesn't necessarily have to be people. It could be you having to defend yourself against a difficult situation in your life, that's ending this month for you. And I just heard what's the solstice. So I feel like it could be ending by the solstice. Maybe it already started for you guys. The solstice was yesterday. So perhaps expect something today, or that energy just ended yesterday and you're starting the new today. Let's explore how that's going to happen. And by the spring, something much bigger is going to happen, or that it's going to end completely by the spring, which is the spring equinox. So from the 21st of December to the 21st of March, you have, if you're in the northern hemisphere, of course. If you're in the southern hemisphere, yeah, it's the same thing. Maybe you're going from the summer to, you're going from the summer to the autumn. So you have career, fair woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. And you have success. So nice to see that for you. If you're watching this later, the timings are, this is this month for you, and this is 3 months from now. Okay, so the first tarot card you have, wow, is the Page of Swords. Okay, let's now shuffle your deck and ask what is starting for you right now. I do see this one, so I'm going to take it. Ten of Swords, the end of a painful cycle with the Ten of Swords, an announcement of a new beginning. Announcement makes me think. Let's explore. Is there actually going to be an announcement? I think so. That's not by mistake. And then an announcement, and I said excitement, so that's probably channeled. It's going to be very exciting for you. There seems to be some sort of announcement, or maybe you're going to be speaking, telling people about it or something. Maybe it has to do with the throat chakra. Let's see. Communication of some form. You have the Eight of Pentacles. Look at that. Okay. You have the Six of Swords. I can't help but think you guys have mastered something. It is the Eight of Pentacles. You've mastered something, and it's perhaps giving you a new chance. You've mastered something. Maybe you realized you're going to realize you've mastered something. Okay, I just channeled something. I saw you working on something, trying to achieve something, and out of the blue, you just do it. And the reason I channeled this is because, do you see how the White King is holding this rather large pen and efficiently drawing a pentacle clearly and in a clean way, hanging it on the wall, excuse me. So I channeled you trying to learn something, trying to learn to adapt to something, or trying to suffer through a skill, or trying to also communicate. You must be, maybe you're learning a new language with Mercury here. Communication, I did see throat chakra. Maybe some of you are learning a new language or a programming language. And in all cases, within this difficult situation that you were going through, you've mastered something without realizing, guys. You were trying to overcome something difficult, and within this difficulty, without realizing, you've mastered something. And I see that all of a sudden, you're gonna be so surprised how you do something and it just comes out so right, like a professional, and you're gonna go, oh, did I just master this? Did I just learn it? Did I figure it out? Did I know how to do it? That kind of energy. It seems like this was a long wish for you to be able to master that, or take control of that type of energy and feel like you got this. You can do this. And you can see with the Six of Swords, you're transitioning to the other side. And yeah, you're going to feel like everything, you've gotten into the flow, exactly the energy I was looking for, by the way, in the flow. Like when I said you've mastered that energy, you feel like you got this energy, is you got in touch with the flow of this energy. You became part of this energy, and now you're able to do things so well, and you're prolific at it. You have the Strength. You have the King of Pentacles. Wow. What if we push your cards a little bit up? I think it gives us space down there to place 3 more cards. I feel like 2, so I'm going to take out 2. You have the 5 of Pentacles. Really cool. Do you see how the court's taking Alice? And I feel like, to me, this is saying for you that you're being taken out of this situation easily. And you have the Fool. So it is the 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles, maybe you felt the lack of something. Oh, this one fell. Wow, 9 of Cups is a wish fulfillment card. Okay, so I'll just keep it to the side here. So I see you being taken away from feeling the lack, feeling like you're not capable of doing something. Exactly that. I feel like you are in a situation where you're brokenhearted, depressed, you feel the anxiousness, you feel like you want to get a hold of something, and you feel like life with the court is like pushing you in a direction against your own will, that this is not where you want to go. And you felt really disappointed, and you felt you had to put all of that energy to stand up for yourself. That whole difficult situation is ending in your life, and you see the sun here coming out. You feel fresh. You feel good. And I think, okay, just like pile number 1, I'll tell you, pile number 1 had older woman. In this pile, you have fair woman. It's so interesting that in both piles, we got a woman, just one elder woman and one fair woman, which makes me think, since I noticed that in both energy, there is a message here to you for pile number 3. You're going to also start feeling and looking younger. Since I noticed that transition from one pile to the other, you're meant to hear that. So you are also, during that process, you're going to start feeling lighter, you're going to start feeling fresh, and you're going to start looking younger as well. Also, there is a lot of success happening in your career at the moment. And so as you can see in this pile, it's like you're floating into the magic of the world. So many awesome things are happening in your life. You have 2 cards suggesting that your wishes are coming true. So sweet to see for you. I see that this is a time starting right now, perhaps starting yesterday with the 21st of December if you're watching this later, yeah. And if you're watching now or later, yeah, it's just starting now for you. And you no longer have to suffer through the same things you've been suffering through. Everything is going to start moving in such a smooth way for you, even when it comes to your career and your goals, either that or this or both. You're going to watch a lot of success happen in that areas for you. Major things are happening in your life. One major chapter is now closing fully, and a new one is beginning for you. Perhaps this reading is announcing to you that new beginning. All of the things you had to go through, the pains that you had to go through has only made you stronger and has made you master so many things that you may not even be aware that you've mastered. You will see in the next couple of days I just heard in my mind with the King of Pentacles, that this energy is starting to come together. You'll start finding things coming into place in your life. It will be the first time you start realizing that you've mastered this energy, and expect this transition during the next few days. Perhaps by the beginning of the year, you'll find yourself entering a new journey that you're going to be exploring with the rabbit hole here with the Fool. Yeah. Expect yourself to begin a new journey altogether that you didn't even put into consideration. Yeah, I do see that what's ending here is a lot of putting yourself, you were facing your troubles face to face with defense and perseverance. I see that although it was painful and at many times you felt stuck, tied down, and the pain wasn't really allowing you to do as much as you wanted maybe, or allowing you to do what you wanted, but yet the cards are showing that you stood there very strong. So maybe in private you felt beaten down, but when it came to facing these challenges, you stood there strong and you persevered. And all of a sudden, instead of having to go through the whole fight, I see that with the Lapis, remember, swiftly fleeing Orion's hounds, I feel like instead of going through the whole fight, you'll find yourself going over it, into the flow, and feeling like you don't have to go through this fight anymore. Perhaps it's the realization that you've mastered something and you are capable of doing something in such an easy way that could have been complicated for you in the past. Yeah, you're moving from one chapter to another in your life. This chapter is something that you've dreamt of, you've hoped for, and the dream will fully realize by March, or 3 months from now. But one thing you're going to start experiencing right off the bat now is the emotions of success. The emotions of success and the fleeing from the situation. You will be between now and March feeling like you're moving slowly but surely towards your transition time of your life. But for starting from now, you will start seeing you've mastered. You will start realizing what you've mastered. You will start using it to your advantage. You'll start enjoying it. And you'll feel really abundant because of it. And within the next 2 days, things are going to just start coming together. You're going to feel so elated and happy about how things are just going to come together. You're going to feel so light, as if you're floating through the universe, so abundant, so blessed, as if life's taking you on a ride. It's going to feel so awesome. And I feel like you're leaving behind, not that you are like, I think as you're fleeting this energy, this defense, and this stupid person, or I don't want to say stupid person, but someone is behaving stupidly, like these people, I feel it's not like you're still in the fight where you're thinking I'm gonna win over them. I think you're gonna be above that somehow. You've already won being above as they look up at you. I don't know how that's gonna manifest in your life. Let me think about it. I'm thinking something similar to pile number 1 with the toad. With first, in the beginning of its life, it lives in the water, and then it starts living on earth, between earth and water. Perhaps you're going to be changing location, changing environments. You're going to be in such a place so high that it won't matter anymore. Maybe if this is your work, you're gonna leave that team and be in such a bigger position. That's how it's not gonna matter anymore. Something like that, guys. Something like that. You're gonna be taken higher where it won't matter anymore. You won't complete that match per se. Or if it's a struggle, you're leaving that struggle behind. It's no longer your problem. And just like that, you're out of this difficulty. Just like that, you find yourself doing things smoothly. And just like Alice, you're being taken out of this difficult situation. You could be like, no. You'll find yourself on a new exciting journey, on another plane, in another place. And you will find that this transition was actually wise and made you happy. This little part down there is very similar to pile number 2 as well, that little detail here. But in all cases, or this could be saying in your pile, as you were struggling towards something and feeling like you didn't know how to reach what you wanted, the universe interferes, taking you out of this whole story. That's it. Taking you out of this whole story altogether. It's not your problem anymore. And I see you right away beginning something and being excited about a whole new journey. You forgot about that past and you're now excited about that new adventure. See, the rabbit hole is a new adventure and you've got that here. New ventures, a fresh start. And this is definitely in the direction of your dreams. You're going to be so happy. It's going to feel magical. Because this is a huge wish coming true for you. That's happening between now and March. And my dear pile number 3, this was your reading. This is exactly what I see on what is starting now for you. I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my productivity e-cookbook. It has 210 recipes that are healthy, delicious, and are cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. To do this project, last year, I did partner with a nutritionist that I really love and believe in to be able to bring out that project for you. If you're vegan, by the way, there is a vegan version. This way, you can have healthy, delicious meals that are cooked quickly and you can go about your day and do what is important for you. If you're vegan, like I said, there's a vegan version. If not, you can make use of both ebooks. There are no duplicate recipes. And this way you have a plethora of healthy and delicious meals to choose from for the rest of your life. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to it down in the description box. And my dear pile number 3, thank you so much for tuning in, sending you so much love, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.